Circuit.com and the director of the Houston Comedy Film Festival. And we're joined today by director Neil West, whose film Hey Pinky has been nominated for the Best International Director Award at Houston Comedy Film Festival Spring 2023. And I hope you're able to join us at the Alamo Drafthouse La Centera on March the 13th for the festival. We're going to have some networking, a happy hour at the beginning. We're going to have an awards program, and then we're going to show films until they kick us out of Alamo Drafthouse. So probably wrapped up about 10 o'clock at night. It's showing all comedy short films, all genres and flavors of comedy that you can think of, from comedy series episodes to music videos, dark comedy, romantic comedy, horror comedy, just every mixture of comedy that you can possibly imagine. And I want to thank you, Neil, for taking this time to join us across many time zones. How are you today?
Well, thank you very much as well, Michael, for having me on. I'm good, thanks. It's a pleasure to join you and to talk about the festival and talk about the film. It's great to be here.
Well, thank you. And hey, Pinky, funny stuff. I have a habit of giving away the synopsis and giving away too much of the story when I explain films myself. So please put the synopsis in your own words and let people know what they're going to see in Houston coming up.
Okay, so Hey Pinky is a mockumentary, and it's essentially it's meant to be a kind of behind the scenes documentary about the infamous making of a disastrous film by a very eccentric British film director by the name of Bobby Brasco, who makes a film called Hey Pinky that involves the unfortunate death of one of the actors at the hands of one of the other actors. And it's basically just a behind the scenes interview with him and some of the other principals, intercut with some behind the scenes footage of the making of the film, basically. So it's kind of like a retrospective.
Fun concept. And give us an idea. What motivated you to create this specific film?
Well, it was strange the way that it came about, actually, because I was scheduled in to shoot another film in October last year, in 2022, and it was a short proof of concept science fiction film. So it couldn't be kind of more different than Hey Pinky. And we lost our location at the last minute, and that fell through, and got rescheduled for March this year. And so we kind of had 4 weeks, which we put aside to do this, and a group of other filmmakers and friends that I know, we just thought, why don't we just put something together really quickly and shoot it in October? Because we've got this gap, we've got the space, we've got the equipment, and it would just be fun to do. So it kind of came out of that, really. And I wrote the script pretty quickly over a few weeks, and everyone who was involved, people like Lucas and Tim and Alex and Victoria, all the main sort of cast, they were largely either people I knew or people that were recommended by other people in the crew. And we just put together this really big family really quickly to make this film. And it was just a really fun couple of days, basically. So, we threw everything together very last minute, but it's probably the most fun I've had making a film, to be honest. And I think largely that was just because there was no pressure. Because to be honest, when we were making it, we just thought, you know what, this might be terrible, but we're gonna do it because it'll be fun. And I think in some ways that actually helped us, because we just thought, let's just be outrageous and have the most fun we can on set.
Well, I got to ask, because every film seems like it's a learning experience and a little bit of film school. And there's always some lesson that comes out of everything you shoot. And I'm going to show a couple of pictures while you're talking and while you answer this question. But is there anything, obviously losing location is a big deal, but what did you learn during the shoot?
Well, I mean, this was quite different for me from a lot of the stuff that I've done, because everything else I've done up to this point has generally been drama, and it's kind of been, thriller, drama, possibly a little bit of science fiction. And I've always had a really big desire to do a kind of an absurdist comedy, because it's just something I love watching, and I've always thought it'd be fun, but I've never really had the nerve to do it. Certainly not as a kind of serious project. And I think part of what I enjoyed in the process of making this was that it was the first time I'd ever done a comedy. So it was just fun without any of the pressure there, just to do whatever kind of came to mind, basically. And I think making it, the biggest thing I learned was I kind of relearned how much fun you can have making films in the way that every filmmaker can probably remember when they first picked up a camera and started making movies with their friends in the back garden or in the house or whatever. And it's just that joy you get from getting together with a group of people and making stuff up and just kind of pushing the boundaries a little bit and seeing what you can get away with. And it's so different to the kind of the more formal structure that you're used to. Well, certainly that I'm used to, like from working on a film, step by step, where there's so much work that goes into it. And there was a lot of work that went into this, but because the pressure was off, I think it was more kind of making a studio movie again rather than a kind of proper movie, as it were. So I think it was a great as a reminder of that, because I think it's very easy to forget about that sometimes, particularly when you're doing work professionally day in, day out. I always love movies, but there are times making movies where it feels more like it's obviously really hard work, but also not more like a job, but you take it very seriously. And it was fun just to do something where we didn't have to take it seriously at all. And I think that kind of I think that was what I enjoyed most about it. It just reminded me, sometimes filmmaking can just be really good fun. So yeah, that was the thing I think I learned most out of it. And also collaborators, I was really lucky because the cast I worked with on it, who are mostly people I knew, it was great fun doing improvisation. Again, that's not something I've really done much before with people. I mean, it was all scripted, but there were a lot of opportunities for me to ask ridiculous questions as the voice behind the camera and to let people just spitball with their answers. And that was great. That was great fun.
I was going to ask you about that, about your casting. Was it people that you knew, or did you do an organized casting call?
So the two main characters were people that I knew. Lucas, who plays Felix Wolf, that's him there. Yeah, this kind of ridiculous, over the top holiday actor with underarms and crazy methods of method acting. And then Tim, the guy on the right there, Tim Faulkner, and he and Lucas were the two actors that I knew. Tim was great playing Bobby Brasco. He's such a sweetheart, but he was loving the idea of just being this kind of eccentric 70s or 1980s kind of ludicrously self-important director. And then we have people like Victoria here and Alex, who you saw a moment ago in the blue leotard, and they were both recommendations. Yeah, there he is. Who came through Lucas, and who have become really good friends since making the film. So that was another thing that came out of it, which was unexpected, which was lovely. But yeah, most of the cast and crew were a mixture of people that I knew, people that other members of the crew recommended. So it had a kind of a nice family feel to it when we were making it. Everyone was there just for the fun of it. No one got paid. Everyone did it just because I said, we've got 2 days, we've got the kit, we've got the location. Let's just get together and make a movie and have some fun. And everyone seemed game for that, which was really nice.
Well, what do you got planned for the future? What's next for you?
So I've got another shoot coming up in March, which is sadly the reason I can't be there for the festival, because we've actually got the shoot for the film that we were supposed to film in October that got bumped so that we could make Hey Pinky, that got rescheduled for March. So that's going to be that's a short proof of concept science fiction movie, which I'm really looking forward to, because it's a proof of concept for a feature that I've been working on for a while with David Lemon that I worked with on the feature. So really looking forward to that, and who knows, after that maybe Hey Pinky 2. Who knows? We'll see where it goes.
All right. Well, hey, this has been a pleasure. We're looking forward to screening your film, and hopefully we can see you at a future event. We have Georgia Comedy Film Festival. You could probably get a direct flight from London in the future. We'll have a few of those this year, but
sure.
Either way it works out. It's good to meet you and get your story, and keep on doing what you're doing, because this is an excellent film.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We'll definitely be there for Hey Pinky 2.
For sure. Is there anything you want to add before we go?
The only other thing I just want to add is just a huge thank you to you, Michael, for showing the film. This is going to be the first time that the film has played live in a festival, so it's kind of a big screening for us,
Oh
which is
wow.
a great thing. And obviously, getting the film nominated, it was just a beautiful bit of icing on the cake. So thank you so much for that. And thank you to the judges also, for considering the film. That's just, it's a massive honor for all of us. And I can't tell you the amount of the varied amount of happy emojis that I got from the WhatsApp group we've got for the cast and crew when I told them that we were playing not only at the festival but then nominated as well. Everyone was just delighted. Considering this whole thing started with me and Lucas having a coffee and just thinking we've got to make a movie together, and then just randomly coming up with the title "Hey Pinky," and then having to form the entire project around that. It's just kind of mind-blowing that now it's playing and we're actually getting down to doing it. So yeah, so thank you to everyone over in Houston who's involved with that. We really appreciate this.
Thank you. Appreciate you, and I appreciate your time today. Have a good one.
Thanks, Michael. You too.